Hey, how's it going? We're back at it again. We got a bit of an extra day, so I figured I'd do an extra stream. Some things have changed. I got a new controller, so maybe that drift on the joystick will be gone, so that might be better. And I did injure myself the other day biking, and my arm is in a lot of pain, and I don't have full movement in my arm, so that if you see me die a lot more today and pull a lot more today, that's probably why. In more lighter news, my box of set 3 of One Piece card game has come in. So, hopefully, I get some good pulls. We won't be doing that on stream, but if you care to find out what I do get from those pulls, that's what the Discord is for. You can always follow me on Discord, and hey, even Reddit and Twitter, and I tend to share this type of information on those locations. Think of it as a little bit of a bonus for sticking around. You get to hang out with me off stream. Well, anywho, I think it's time that we resume this story. Let me grab my controller. Hopefully my new controller works. If not, this is going to be a keyboard stream. Ah, it works. It works. Oh, God.
Hey!
Let's warp anywhere but here. Ooh, this controller is very clicky. Is this what a new controller feels like? I mean, it feels a little bit too responsive. Yeah, off stream I was doing a little bit of exploring on the map, and I got a lot of progress on the Summer Secret Paradise. Been trying to do these because we're trying to get that Kaya skin, and so I've found 88 of the vouchers so far, so we're about halfway there, a little over halfway there. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this unlock method because it does require me to like find a bunch of chests, and some of them are in plain sight and I don't mind, but a lot of the other ones in the vouchers are just kind of well hidden and it's kind of annoying. Really benefits exploration. And this is going to unlock after today, so we will finish off this on Tuesday. Mirage, Paradise, and Crisis. Wait until the following morning, 8 to 12. Oh, did I miss one of these?
I'll race you there.
I mean, let's do this real quick. And I actually stumbled across another thing off stream, so we'll do that real quick before we jump straight into the mission. And Kale, Kokumi, Eula, Klee, and
I'll race you there.
Kaya are all running around.
Wow, these will.
So we might as well listen in on their conversations just so I have them recorded. So the day 1 conversations for each of them should be here.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
It was at this moment I knew that I fucked up.
Tired.
I have like no pity, so if we get a 5-star, it is going to be pure chance. Pure RNG. That 0.3% chance that we get Klee, so I'm not really focusing on that all that much. Oh look, there's more stuff over here. I gotta explore this area some more later. So let's go get those other conversations out of the way. So after you finished part 1, Klee and Kaya will be right over here.
Hey, Kaya! You promised to tell me the story about the genie in a bottle if I didn't run off. Remember?
Ah, yes. All right. Where did I leave off?
Oh, I remember. The genie came out and was going to eat the shepherd boy who opened the bottle.
Which is something I think we learned from the quest line that we did with Lilupar.
Right. As the genie opened its wide, menacing mouth, the shepherd boy suddenly had an idea.
Did he throw a Jumpy Dumpty into the genie's mouth?
I'm sure that's what he would have done if he had a Jumpy Dumpty. But the shepherd boy didn't have anything like that. He said to the genie, "Wait, how could your massive body fit inside such a small bottle? I won't ever believe it unless I see it with my own eyes."
And that's how Deshret trapped a genie in a bottle.
The genie became angry and said, "Mwahaha! Foolish boy, you dare question my powers?" The genie then returned inside the bottle, and the boy swiftly sealed it shut.
Yay! That mean genie won't ever come out again! But can the genie sleep inside such a tiny bottle? It's probably not very comfortable.
No, but the genie was captured and sealed away in the bottle because it did many bad things. So the most important thing to remember is, if you do something bad and don't want to get locked up, then don't get caught.
I think the real takeaway of this is that Kaya should not be the one that should be hanging out or supervising Klee. And on that note, why did Jean send him with us and Klee?
What was it that I said at the end of our ride in the choo-choo cart? Something about fish in the sky and stars in the water? Oh my.
Yep. She was dizzy and delirious. Oh. Yesterday when I was over here, there was only one of these droplets here. And the sign said to put an apple on it. Thanks for the apples, kind guest. Have people in traditional saying apples hold the purest water in the land. So if you gift me, your gift grants me endless power. Thanks to you, I might be able to metamorphosize into something greater. I have a lot of apples. Anywho. Now let's go check on Eula and Kali.
Lee said that they discovered some mysterious tracks that you can ride on using a super fun choo-choo cart.
Ah, I heard something about that too. Apparently, it's a cart that goes zipping along a terrifying course at an uncontrollable speed.
So in other words, they both heard about it. One of them probably heard about it from Kokomi, and the other from Klee.
Yeah, that should be the one. It seems that when the cart rolls down a steep drop, your body would start floating as if it was weightless.
Really? Huh. I heard that Klee's bag almost flew away on the ride. If Kaya hadn't managed to quickly catch it, countless Jumpy Dumpties would have been thrown into the air.
Oh no! That sounds pretty dangerous.
Kali sounds like that's very excitable to Kale.
But if you really want to go for a ride, I'll accompany you if I have time.
Huh? But, Eula, how did you know?
They could see it in your eyes.
I could tell that you wanted to try it. But let me make this clear. I won't be helping you pick up anything that flies out during the ride. So make sure you take everything out of your pockets beforehand.
Yes, of course.
Alright. And with that, it's time to advance the clock. They said 12 the next day, right? Or is it 8? There we go. Fairground Gathering, Summer Lights Illuminated. Oh, we're going this way now. Oh, probably should revive Amber. Oh, there's a thingy up there. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get that. Get it off stream later. Make a mental note.
Hey, Kali and Eula! Oh, Adia is here too! Hey, it's the Traveler and Paimon. How are you? Did you rest well?
I'm feeling refreshed.
Yep, this is a comfortable place to rest. I guess that's one thing here that's better than the desert. But other than that, there's not much going for this place.
Saying things like that isn't going to help, Adia.
But it's the truth. The desert is full of terrible memories for me. Being there was like... yeah, like wading through thick mud.
Adia reminds me of that side character from Nilu's character story quest.
That's a weird way to put it. Actually, if you hadn't mentioned it, Paimon would have already forgotten that this domain is in the desert. I know what you mean. The air here isn't at all like the desert. It's very humid. Almost as if we're in the rainforest. It's a very familiar feeling for me.
Everyone looks well rested. If you're ready, we can start making our way to the jungle north of here.
I wonder how much homework Kali's gonna have piled up after she's just not been doing her job for 3 days.
Good luck, everyone! I'll be rooting for you.
Hold on. I said we, didn't I? No need to say goodbye, because you're coming too.
Taking charge.
Huh? But wait, I'm just the mascot!
You can't back out this time, Adia. The manager of the Fairgrounds is waiting to see you. She said Adia is the only person who could help.
The fairgrounds?
Yes, Kale and I discovered a fairgrounds in the forest.
The person in charge of it seems to be a Spontamod scholar.
Oh, that's right. They did say a Spontamod scholar did come by.
A scholar? But what's she doing there? Researching the forest ley lines?
Oh, I wish there were ley lines here that I could ever study. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. I'd better come along then.
Spontamod is the school that Lisa and, that's the elemental study one, right? I think that's the one that Lisa and, Sino are part of. Okay, we're going this way. Okay, I stumbled across this area while I was exploring in my free time, but it was blocked off because the edge of the map was there. It looks like it's opened up now. There's some water droplets playing hide and seek here, and there were some chests hidden around here. Every chest contains one of those joyous invitation things that you need to unlock the Kaya skin and all the rewards. I assume there's like 250 of them hidden throughout. I don't think this was here yesterday. Huh. That was weird.
I'll race you there.
Excuse me? There we go. This is easy enough.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Ah, just got another archery challenge, huh? Really? Okay. What's my ping at? 89? Alright, that was too hard.
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
I don't mind doing these so much when they're along the way of stuff that I'm going to be doing anyway. So I'm going to try to do as many of them as I can so I don't have to backtrack later. Once you've picked up a gleaming lamp's brilliant mirror, grant the color to the lamp's light. When the correct color of the light shines on the lamp, the gem will be activated. A certain treasure chest and other devices will be unlocked.
Opening a chest is like unwrapping
Jonas
a
Voucher.
gift.
These are some interesting looking wood carvings. Interesting, so that's a new way for me to have radish. So that's a new way for us to have certain things hidden, eh?
I'll protect us. Incoming. Cut to the chase. Hey!
Clickety click click. It's been so long since I've actually heard what a controller clicking sounds like, because the buttons were so worn on mine. Listen to that click. Listen to it click. So satisfying. Click, 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 click.
Bad, as far as treasure is concerned.
Where you going? Oh, they're tattletelling on each other. They're arguing with each other.
You
That's
give,
funny.
you receive.
At least with a bunch of these in a relatively not hidden place. If you bring a brilliant mirror of illumination radius differently colored gleaming lamp, the mirror becomes subsumed. Oh, is it saying I can't walk through the light?
That's everything. On to the next.
Interesting. There's the scholar.
Finally, someone has arrived.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Maimuna. We've brought Adia with us.
Thank you, Kale. It's been quite some time since I've seen you, Idia. To be honest, I didn't think you'd actually show up.
There's got to be something going on here with all the people with blue glowing eyes, right?
If anything, I thought you'd be curled up somewhere crying alone.
Hey, you shouldn't be saying things like that.
Doesn't seem to be the first time Paimon's heard someone say that about Adia, though. You want to see me cry? Fine. I'll stop crying right here.
Uh-oh.
No, please don't.
All right, I shouldn't have said that. Now, who are these two?
I am Dan.
And Paimon is Paimon.
Ah, that line never gets old.
unreliable helpers. Lucky for you that I found them. You'd better be more careful about how you speak to them, okay?
Of course. Good to meet you. You may call me Maymuna. For the sake of time, we should forego the usual pleasantries. Please follow me.
I love it when we skip the formalities. Man, this place is kind of big. There's not a lot of whole going on here, though. This was talked about in the 3.8 trailer with the circus tent. So this is probably where the weird Smontamod fighting event is going to be. That will probably earn us a fair number of vouchers. Hopefully.
Wow. Look at that huge tent!
Amazing, isn't it? I helped make it. What fun would a fairground be without a tent, right?
Makes sense to me.
Really? Paimon knew you couldn't be so pathetic. You just act modest all the time to hide your actual abilities.
No, she's actually pathetic. She just has a few good qualities.
Huh?
What is it, Kale?
Sorry. I'm not sure if I should tell you. I'm afraid it might dampen the mood.
That's not important. Please, just speak your mind.
What you got? What's on your mind, Kale?
Well, there are lots of vendor booths set up here, but there's no one running them. In fact, there's no one at this fair at all. It looks pretty deserted.
Yeah, I thought that was an understatement.
The truth is, this used to be an exciting and bustling place. But just a few days ago, something happened, and it seemed like...
Like, the world was suddenly flipped upside down?
Yes, exactly. Something fell from the central hub into the tent and knocked down the crystal light that was hanging at the top.
Oh, the crystal light.
Mm-hmm. I remember a certain someone said that we should have beautiful lights to celebrate at a fair, and made us that crystal light. But once the light fell, the tent became a complete mess and the Hydro-Eidolons were trapped inside.
Okay.
Just when I was at my wit's end, a man from the Lawrence clan came and offered his assistance.
Oh.
Wait, he offered to help you?
Yes, and he refused to listen to any of my warnings. He just walked straight into the tent, and then...
Yes? And then?
Yeah, don't leave us hanging here! What happened?
Dead, 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 dead.
And that's it. He became trapped inside along with the Hydro-Eidolons.
Oh.
Oh no, we have to do something! We can't just leave him there, Maymuna!
I know, but the situation inside might be more difficult than you think. You should mentally prepare yourselves.
Just talking about it is a waste of time. Since we're already here, let's go and scout out the situation ourselves.
All right, this way, please.
Enter the big tent. A domain in a domain. Domainception. Well, I guess we'll get to meet Eula's cousin.
There used to be a large stage inside, but after everything got shaken up, it seems the very nature of the entire place was altered.
This domain is wacky.
The lamps and crystal light that were hanging above have all fallen down, which makes repairs near impossible.
Wait, so you mean it's difficult to move around in there?
Yes, mainly because of the lights. Do any of you have experience being on stage? Once the stage lights turn on, everyone's attention is focused on you.
Definitely a nope. Eula, maybe?
I can't stand that feeling. Having everyone's attention focused solely on me would just make me feel terrible.
Although technically you were on stage for a tiny bit during the events of the comic. You didn't exactly fare well there. Hell, you almost accidentally killed Amber.
Me too! I'm no good at speaking in front of people. And then to have everyone staring at you. Oh, just the thought of it makes me shudder.
That was good animation right there.
Sounds like you have some things you haven't been able to let go of yet.
Please don't laugh. I'm trying my best to change that, but there are still some things I can't overcome. Like when there's a lot of people around, or when people are staring at me.
She's socially awkward. It's normal.
No, there's nothing funny about that. And you know what? It's not a bad thing to care when other people are looking. That's my opinion anyway. Think about it. Only people who have high standards for themselves would worry about failing to meet others' expectations.
True.
You have many good qualities, Kale. I bet if you had to learn dance since childhood like myself, then you'd be an even better dancer than me.
I doubt that, because you are older, but that's where that ends for me.
No way! That would be impossible.
I can relate. I know exactly how she feels.
Oh no, we're doing the mind reading thing again.
Maybe we should find a time for you to learn with me. And one day, you will become an outstanding dancer too. By that time, you'll be so focused on performing your beautiful moves that you'll no longer worry about an audience watching you.
Oh yeah, that's usually what I do. I call it getting in the zone. If I end up getting really hyper-focused on what I'm doing, I will forget that I'm being watched sometimes. It was very apparent if you look at some of my old Heroes of the Storm streams, because some of those games and team fights get really intense.
Wow. Eula's so passionate about this that she's practically glowing now. Really? You do that? You wouldn't think I look stupid and secretly laugh at me, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
You really think I'm that kind of person? Fine. Vengeance will be mine.
Oh, no! Of course not. Alright, please teach me.
Seems there's no need for me to warn you again. Anyway, you just need to open the curtain and you'll be able to see the stage.
Alright. Oh! Oh, I'm just controlling Kale and Eula.
Eye for an eye.
I love her attack string animations. They're really cool. But I actually use Kale and know how to use Kale, so, yeah. Rotate.
Wait, what's that thing in the middle there?
That's my crystal light! It's been locked up.
Well, let's figure out a way to fix this. Looks like we need to raise the platform underneath the crystal light.
If I remember correctly, the stage controls should be somewhere around here.
They gave me control of the two elements that actually have no interaction with each other whatsoever. Well, at least Eula is physical, I'm told. I don't have one. Oh, that did something.
Seems we have to use the colorful lens to make the light change colors.
Interesting. Signs. Signs are helpful. Oh, this is just a repeat of the tutorial. Okay. I'd probably do this stuff out of the way. Flowing Joyce Bar. Marvelous crystal that spots the radiance that seems to be able to sense joyous emotions in a certain radius around them and lead people in the corresponding direction. Use it to find joyous vouchers and set AoE. Hey, that's useful. That'll make my collection much easier. Oh, excuse me. Everybody, group photo.
Shudder!
Dolores Stroke.
The colored pieces of the bullet have melted.
Yes, the lens is made of materials that are easily melted by light.
Is it me, or do I smell something sweet here?
There's candy canes growing out of the ground. I just now realized that.
That's one way of shining new light on the problem.
Hey, Maimuna? Do you happen to know someone named Sino?
No, never heard that name before. Why do you ask?
Oh, never mind then. I was just thinking you two would have a lot in common.
Yeah.
Back to the situation at hand. We should probably head into the passageway that opened now.
Two Spontamod scholar. Maybe just Spontamod scholarship just makes you like puns.
Hello? Is anyone here? If you can hear me, please help!
Lessig Lawrence?
Who are you? Who has the audacity to utter my full name?
You sure don't look like you're in any condition to be talking like that.
Yep. He's a member of the Lawrence clan, all right. Even though he's hanging on by a thread, he still insists on clinging to meaningless etiquette.
Man, the Lawrence clan are kind of weird.
You. What are you doing here? Huh. Have you come here to mock me, Eula?
If you would just think for a moment, it should be pretty obvious why we are here. Yet, now you're intentionally trying to provoke me? Of course, you don't have to accept my help. After all, aristocrats are naturally superior and need no help from others.
Yes, thanks for the reminder. I don't need help from the likes of you.
I don't think he really means it, Eula. His tone was harsh, but he keeps glancing at you from the corner of his eyes. It's my opinion as the healer that he needs help.
Oh, that's right. You have the healer as your weird title.
Okay. He's been trapped for so long that it seems he's forgotten how to hold a decent conversation. How ridiculous. Let's go. We'll leave the stage to this person who'd rather save face than save his own life.
Hey, no, wait! Halt! You cannot just leave me here. We're both of the Lawrence bloodline, after all.
And how much does that bloodline actually matter in the grand scheme of things?
Helping me when necessary certainly won't tarnish your prestige. If anything, my embarrassing predicament will be overshadowed by your virtuous deed. We must uphold the prestige and dignity of the family.
This is the best reason you could come up with? You think tacking on the word family will be enough to talk me into helping you? You should be ashamed for your careless actions.
Ooh, pointing.
It's because of you that we all had to come here.
Seems everyone in the Lawrence clan is this way. They'll do anything to save face.
Even Eula sounds harsh. We did come all the way here to save him.
All right. Looks like it's time for the mascot to step in. Here you go. One for Eula and one for Lessig.
What are you giving them?
What is this? Candy?
Seriously?
Thanks.
Why?
Oh, the smell. It's just like the aroma I smelled coming from the lens.
Yes, that's right. Enjoying something sweet always lightens the mood.
I can get behind that.
Oh,
I rescind my previous statement.
I certainly do feel much better now.
So he's willing to thank someone else, but not me.
Eula has been worrying about you the past few days and asked me several times regarding how to find you. But now that you two have been reunited, I won't have to keep answering her questions anymore. Oh, I'm so happy.
Spoken like a true lazy and good for nothing.
Let me clarify one thing. I don't care what happens to him. If you're going to keep saying nonsense like this, then...
Eula will never admit that she actually cares about him.
Kali, you forgot to say that in your head.
Yeah, you're probably right.
If you're going to keep saying nonsense like this, then at least give me another piece of candy.
Oh, you got a sweet tooth?
Oh, sure. I still have more.
Oh my god, she's actually gonna give her more.
Sorry. I admit my mistake. I know I've caused heaps of trouble for all of you.
Why couldn't you have just said that earlier?
I'm back. Oh? Have you already finished catching up? Why are you all looking at me?
I didn't even realize you left, to be honest.
Oh,
All right, then let's clean things up here and keep working our way toward getting the crystal light fixed. Ah, there's no need to push yourself in your condition, Lessig.
I'll take him and find some place for him to rest. I happen to be a little tired myself.
Sure you are.
All right. I'll leave my cousin to you then. You'd better rest up and regain your strength before we settle things, Lessig.
Okay, glad that checkbox has been checked, because now I don't have to worry about that guy for the rest of this entire thing. I mean, he came here to get a wish granted, and I guess that's part of the plot line, but I don't care. Back to playing Kale. Actually, how did they have her built? They gave her the stringless. Okay, so she's automatically better than mine. Besides the fact that, you know, she's level 75, which is also better than mine. What is my Kale? Alright, 75, stringless, which is an elemental mastery bow. And Noblesse Oblige. C3. And higher level talents.
Now, let's see if there's any way to keep raising the platform higher. We probably will need to find a mechanism that's like a lamp.
Can't go that way.
Strange. Is that really the Lessig that I know?
You shouldn't always judge people based on the way you knew them before. People change, and people can always make different choices.
Oh, look! There's a water droplet over there!
Ah, a hydroidolin. It must have been trapped in the curtain, but at least it seems to be okay.
I love the animation on these little guys. Oh, this is confusing. Oh no. Mad as a hatter. Oh, that put me back up here. Okay, so I need to get this over to the other side somehow. Alright, that was easy.
Wow! Paimon thought it looked big from the outside. This place is massive!
It is a magical tent, after all. The inside is much larger than it appears from the outside. Haven't you heard stories with this sort of thing before?
Yes. Every domain we've ever been in ever. Are we at the top?
Oh, another path has appeared! This should be the last level.
Yes, don't worry. We're almost to the top of the tent.
Thank goodness.
The last thing we need to do is raise the crystal light to the very top of the tent. After the stage collapsed, I realized that having it raised only halfway makes it look a lot like the stage at the Grand Bazaar. Have any of you visited the Grand Bazaar before?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
I have. I've gone there a few times with Master Tainari. The place is bustling with all kinds of vendors. And if you're lucky, you can see Nulu perform her dance.
Oh, a dance from Sumeru? I'd like to see that myself. If only it were on the way back, then we could stop there.
Technically, it is on the way back.
It doesn't matter if it's on the way or not. I would be happy to take you whenever you have time, Eula.
Great. I'll take you up on that offer.
Lisa wanted to bring you there too, by the way. You've been to the Grand Bazaar.
Now that Paimon thinks about it, we've already been there more times than Paimon can remember.
Yeah, at least 12 times.
Really? My father used to help with festivities at the Grand Bazaar and would always give me candy during the events. I was just a kid and didn't understand anything. I was happy as long as he gave me some candy. To me, fairs and festivals were the best things ever.
Damn, you must have been there before the academia was cracking down on shit. So is everyone in this bottle like hundreds of years old?
I always thought my father was amazing and wanted to be just like him when I grew up.
But aren't you a scholar in the academia, Maimuna? As far as I know, scholars seldom could spend time doing anything but research. I doubt you could have time to assist your father in preparing festivities.
Yeah, seems you read me like a book. When I had the choice between becoming who I wanted to be and who my parents wanted me to be, I ended up choosing the latter. But I was never happy about it.
Huh. That's almost the exact opposite of Eula's situation.
You must have already realized that. Why else would you set up all the booths here and make this place like a fairgrounds?
Yes, but I'm still not as happy as I imagined I would be. I realized that attending a fair and running a fair are two completely different things. The main reason my childhood was so fun and carefree is because my family worked hard. But my father knew how difficult and tiring running a fair could be, so he wanted to push me towards academics. But in the end, I didn't do well in either. I gave up on myself and resorted to investigating ley lines in the desert. Some things happened, and then I accidentally ended up here.
Is everyone in here dead? Is this the afterlife?
I finally had a chance to make my wish of running a fair come true. But after seeing everything come crashing down, I feel like I've lost the strength to go on.
Wait, is the wish granting you get to live out your dreams in the bottle?
It's not as bad as you make it out to be, Maimuna. No need to feel so down. You have the courage to change, and you've been actively guiding us on this journey.
For the last 30 minutes, at least.
Someone who's given up on themselves could never do these things. Oh, Kale.
I understand my situation better than anyone. You don't need to try to comfort me.
It's not that I'm trying to comfort you. It's just that people sometimes don't realize that their actions speak louder than words.
I just realized that my new controller has a much longer cord, so I actually could sit further away if I needed to.
Believe me, this is something that I learned from my time together with Eula.
Oh? What are you trying to say?
You've only known her since Windbloom.
Oh, nothing. Now, let's get that crystal light fixed.
All right.
Okay, so we want to rotate that first. And that gives us a preprint. Hey-ya! Going full Mario reference now, are we? Hup. Ow.
Good. That should do it.
I didn't even see the gem up there. Oh, that is much prettier. Outside of that one combat section, there was like no need to do anything. As soon as you eliminated all the slimes, I guess anybody could have done this. That makes it so much more lively around here. Oh boy. Sounds like there's some vacuuming going on out in the other room.
Hey, it's Ida! We're back!
That's good to know.
Oh, I was starting to wonder what was taking you so long. But don't worry, Lessig is recovering well. I'm pretty good at taking care of people. Seems I found another good thing about myself.
I guess take all the self-esteem you can get.
I don't know if I should be worried for him or happy for her.
The shadow. It's massive. Wait. The shadow just now. It's...
What's wrong with him?
Seems he still might need a little more time to recover. Tell me, did everything go well for you all?
Yeah, practically without a hitch.
Of course. With a team like the Traveler, Paimon, Kale, and Eula, they're at least 40 times more reliable than you ever were.
That's the kind of thing you should keep to yourself.
Only 40 times more reliable? That means I'm still pretty good then.
Way to take that as a compliment. I definitely wouldn't.
I guess it's impossible to feel like you've lost once you've already given up. I'm a little concerned about how comfortable you are with that.
Huh? What has happened? How did I get outside of the tent? Ah, that's right. I remember meeting Eula, and then... my head.
Oh, you're awake now. Don't worry. That's just a side effect of your treatment, Lessig.
What did you do to him?
I'm afraid I still feel a little disoriented.
I'm scared to ask what kind of treatment he's receiving.
Lessig Lawrence.
Oh, it's you, Eula. All right, I'll do it. I'll come back to Mondstadt with you and abandon my wild efforts to restore the Lawrence clan.
Interesting. Now you want to talk. Seems like you've had a change of heart. In that case, maybe you'll be able to explain everything in detail for us now.
I admit it, yes. I came here in hopes of finding a way to restore the Lawrence clan to its former glory. But it was a long journey, and I didn't always know the way. I passed through Liyue and Sumeru. There was even a time when I lost my wallet and had to live in the wild.
That reminds me, that other Lawrence clan guy during Eula's story quest, he literally just had a fancy chair and tent set up, like just outside of Springvale. The Lawrence clan seems kind of destitute, but still living with, like, really, really fancy stuff.
But the peculiar thing is, I realized that nobody knew me out there. Not a single person even cared about the Lawrence clan. You and I are like glass pawns that were raised in shackles. We were taught to act like nobles, but outside the walls of our home, the people of Mondstadt despised us. Such pompous, hateful, and stubborn teaching. It all culminated to making us cling to the old aristocratic dogma in an attempt to maintain our pride.
That's a bunch of stupid shit. Move on.
It's like a never-ending game of tug-of-war, but it is meaningless. You understand. Or I should say, you have already long understood. But I'm afraid that I have only just realized this.
Yeah. Kind of makes sense that you would learn that through exploring or walking the world, because once you widen and broaden your perspective, you start to see things that you never once could have understood before. Yeah, you're a noble of Mondstadt, but once you leave Mondstadt, the further away from it you get, the less people are going to know who you are or what the Lawrence clan is.
Paimon sorta understands what Lessig is saying.
Everything he said is true. Your family is probably unaware that you've already changed how you see things.
Yes, this has all happened recently. After coming to this domain, I realized the Mondstadt that I want is one where not everyone fears me. All that I and many other members of the Lawrence clan long for is a place where we can live peacefully with others.
Lessig, both you and I never had anything to do with the glory of the Lawrence clan. That is all in the past. We're just ordinary people.
I originally planned on returning to Mondstadt after taking care of things here. I never thought you would come here. I was completely shocked, which is why I reacted like I did. I'm sorry.
Well, he's half decent.
See, people can always make different choices. And it seems that Lessig has also chosen to become someone he truly wants to be.
Yes, about that. I'm afraid I haven't quite found my own purpose in life yet.
That's all right. Being able to clearly choose between becoming who you want to be and who your parents wanted you to be is already a step in the right direction. How to find true happiness is probably one of the most difficult research topics of all.
Yeah. Someday I'll find it.
I have a suggestion for you, Lessig. Why don't you return to Mondstadt and tell your parents what you just told us?
They'll probably try to tear me limb from limb. But what about you? Did you ever tell your family about what you think?
I assume she did.
This is something that I've been thinking about, too. Perhaps the two of us can sit down with the rest of the clan and discuss it with them. The Lawrence clan is just like this stage. It was once home to glorious performances, but those days are now long gone. And it is time for the stage to be updated.
She's so solid and tough, but also clear and open, like an ice cube. Is that why she's able to dance anytime and anywhere she wishes?
We're reading people's minds again.
Are you all done talking now?
Oh, come on, don't ruin the moment, Adia.
Yes, I think so. By the way, that is for you. Please take it. I found it on Lessig earlier.
Oh, that's the Sumeru candy thing.
Oh, it's one of the missing components! Wait, so you had it all this time? Why didn't you give it to me earlier?
Well, you didn't ask. All right, I admit it. I forgot about it.
Wow, you caved early.
Okay, we'll let the Traveler hold on to it for now.
Wait, this looks like...
Yeah, it looks like the Sumeru candy boxes from the Sub-Zero's festival.
It looks pretty familiar. Have we seen one of these before?
Many times. Some might say too many.
Shh! Now's not the time to brag about being a hero.
What? No!
Ah, right. I also bought a similar box at the last festival.
Yes, people often use this kind of box for candy at festivals. This was one of the materials originally used to create the tent. But now that the tent has been repaired, we no longer need it. Eating the candy from the box as an adult will never be as delicious as it was when you were a kid. But if you really think about it, there are way more things you can eat as an adult.
Not really. You can eat as many things as a kid. You're just less picky as an adult.
Ah, so when it comes down to it, eating candy is sort of like life. It's just another choice.
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
So, as of now, we've already collected 3 of the missing components. Only 1 more to go. I'm sorry that repairing the tent took so much of everyone's time.
It only took about an hour.
I'll head back and have a rest. I'll lead the way.
Oh, and everything's on here. Isn't that water droplet saved a while back? Interesting. Sword is really interesting. The light transformed it. All the still more white lamps. Let's look everywhere. Interesting. I'll figure that out on my own time. Return to the Silver Bottle Courtyard. Pavilion of Hermits. Which means we're going to get this region in the next update. Nope. Hang on. There we go. Ah, right over here. Oh, Kokomi.
Hey, Kokomi! You're already here! Oh, you're back. I trust your adventures to the forest went smoothly?
Pretty well.
Yep, you could say that. How about you? Up to anything today? Well, I suppose it's time I told you that as the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, I shouldn't actually be here now.
Finally, this is the question I've been wondering. Why the hell are you here?
The truth is that a relic known as the Shinro Casket was lost from Watatsumi Island long ago. But recently, an orb matching the relic's description suddenly began emitting light, almost as if it was guiding people to it. This is what led me to find the relic's whereabouts.
So you came here looking for something? Is that what you meant by broadening your horizons?
I wasn't lying when I said that. Goro has often told me that sitting at home reading light novels is not the best of practices, and that I should try to get out more. As I made my way from Watatsumi Island to Sumeru, I enjoyed a variety of breathtaking sights. It really is a beautiful nation. I even stayed in the rainforest for several days. I was surprised to find that the relic had ended up in the desert. I knew it was somewhere here, but I still couldn't pinpoint the exact location. Though I feel that Idia was not intentionally trying to hide anything from us, this domain does have plenty of secrets. I'm sure you've sensed that too.
Yeah, lots of chests. This is an unusual place, and Adia would suddenly become very busy from time to time. Plus, she knows Alice.
Now that you mention it, a lot did happen today.
Alright, Fairgrounds nonsense.
I see. When you found Lessig, did you also happen to find any clues related to this domain?
Yes, we did actually, but it's not giving me a dialogue option for it. Because he seems to have been haunted by a shadow. No, I don't think so.
I'm afraid that he was caught up in his thoughts and didn't pay attention to his surroundings. Actually, before the world was flipped upside down, this domain didn't look anything like this. Hey everyone! Oh, I hope we're not interrupting your conversation.
No, but you're just in time to join in.
It's alright. You two did a lot today. Care to join me for a cup of tea?
I just now realized how short Kokomi is.
Sure! That would be perfect. Eula and I just made some snacks.
Because I didn't even realize that she's shorter than Kale.
Turns out Idia has a cooking stove and oven. Seriously, why didn't she mention it earlier?
We've been here for 2 days and no one's eaten anything other than candy?
Oh, so did you make us some moon pies?
No, I made something called storm crust pie. You should try one, traveler.
And I made some pita pockets. You could try some, Kokomi. It should taste great with tea.
Ah, Kale's specialty.
Sorry. I should call you General.
No, you don't.
Oh, I would be happy to try some. By the way, Eula, how's your cousin doing now?
Oh, him. You would never guess, but he's busy over by the oven now.
Maybe he wants to be a chef. Who knows? That's it? That was the entire part 2? Wait. Oh, something's happening. Huh. Crocs water cannons. Okay. Sojourns of the Barking Fox. Phantom Toy Master. Oh, these are so adorable, these backgrounds. Dance of Flashing Thought. Aren't finches the cutest? Paimon ran into a cheerful researcher who invites you to play a game. So this is where all the mini games open up. Someone lying on the ground over there. Ah, this is the Toy Master, I'm assuming. Yeah. We've only been going for an hour, so I guess we could do these just to see what they are. Quacks, water cannons, finches, determined elegant battle dance. Alright, let's give it a shot. We'll do one of these. Should have hired someone to do this for me. It's only the first test, but I have to cross mountains. This is torture. You alright? You sound so weak. She looks absolutely exhausted. Let's make her some food. Or fried radish balls. I feel so alive! Got skills. However, the low-quality ingredients and spices resulted in a rather dry texture. How can you be so picky at a time like this? A full stomach is all that matters. Wow, Paimon, I didn't realize you were so not picky. On the contrary, the harder time gets, the more you must crave luxuries of life. It's how you get motivated. The more you cash flow dries up, the bigger the loan you take out. It's the only way you can go all out and reverse your fortune. That is the trade secret of turning the tides that I, the Phantom Toy Master Maeda, am bestowing upon you to return your aid. Phantom Toy Master sounds pretty cool, but looking like that doesn't seem right. Your toy isn't finished yet, huh? Hey, how did you know? Let's see, I nearly died of hunger. You're confused that we're talking to yourself, and something about test hiring someone. So obviously you haven't finished your signature toy, right? Must be going really bad if you can't remember to eat. How can you say that? I won't be spoken to like that. My barking fox is the final stage before production. Once I figure out the flight envelope of the barking fox... What? The flight envelope of the barking fox, I'll be able to write a manual that even fungi can understand. Then with another loan from the mass production, I'll be able to make a huge profit. Flight envelope. What manual? Explain without technical jargon so Paimon can understand. It's easier to just show you. Blue package, and the bag quickly inflates. A strange-looking toy appears. What is that thing? Is that your signature toy? Doesn't even look like a fox. You should call it something like limited edition big-eared Sunsetia Bomb Blue Star. Why is it called barking? Doesn't even look like it's barking with laughter. No, it's because it sounds like someone barking with laughter. Have a listen if you don't believe me. It emits an indescribably low howling sound. It would be stretching the bounds of the truth to even consider comparing it to barking. Where did she even hear that laughter from? Paimon thinks she may be barking mad. Anyway, a small hot air balloon provides lift for the barking fox, while the hidden jet provides propulsion. So it's excellent for maneuverability. Just imagine a toy that can fly nimbly. Forget kids, even adults would want to be able to resist its charms. Does sound quite novel. It may sell well. Paimon smells something familiar. Let Paimon guess. Maeda is going to say, please help me complete the final test and I'll reward you. But Paimon and Dan will still have to think about it. We're busy and you'll have to make it worth our while. No, of course. The reward won't be enough. Let me do the math. 60%? No, 70% of the total Barking Fox profits for next year. What do you think? 70%? Isn't that a bit too much? Paimon means to say, speaking Paimon's language, Phantom Toy Master. Can it even be mass-produced within a year? Now you've grasped the crust of the matter. The faster you complete testing, the sooner the Barking Fox can enter production and begin sales. The more you'll make. We must work together. It's a perfect win-win situation. Ah, this is starting to make sense now. If we do this, we'll be involved with the industry and be called merchants, right? Time is money. Let's get to it. I sought some help from a few adventurers in the past and set up a few flight envelope test challenges based on their experiences. Let me show you where they are. Barking Fox Culture, the Phantom Toy Master's brand is in your hands. Okay, so these are just cool rewards to give me bonus stuff. What even is this? Fascinating phenicist. I don't even know what those are or what they're for. So we have the attractions unlocked. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's what these are for. Getting 1,200 of these is how you get the Layla. All right, that makes sense. We'll probably do most of this off camera. Gotta get that Kaya skin first. That takes priority. We're almost there. Should probably equip that gadget. Let's see, we just got a new gadget. Oh, I hate how laggy the menu is always. Alright. This is a chest right here. Thanks for that, was kind guest. Weird. Anyhow. I guess I should start looking for Eula, Klee, and whatnot. That was a very short main quest. Eh. I think we might as well just end here. Because at this point, I'm just going to be wandering around. And nobody really wants to see that. Until next time. See you all in the next stream.